2, 1. Welcome to Sportsmemo's opening NFL line report. It is a beautiful Monday morning. I am joined by Teddy Covers. Teddy, fresh off a perfect 7-0 sweep. I can't say the same thing, but you guys, Teddy's hitting 76% right now in the NFL, 65% in college since week 1 this season, 86% in the month of October. Guys, get $20 off Teddy's entire week-long package, all of his college, all of his NFL, sportsmemo.com, promo code Teddy20. Teddy, what an incredible run.
Yeah, it's been a real good start to the season. It was a real good weekend, Kelly, obviously with the 7-0 for the Clients. Nailed a couple of free plays as well. But you know how it is. On a Monday morning, it's not about what we just did. That's all rearview mirror now. Okay, all that great. I had a great start to the season. I had a great week last week. It's about focusing on this week, keeping grounded, doing your work, so you can maintain success throughout the course of a campaign, not just have a couple of hot weeks or a hot start to the season. So it's all rearview mirror, Kelly. Thank you. It's been a great start. It was a great weekend, but it's time to focus on next week's game.
I like it. We got to grind it out, keep it moving. Let's start with Thursday night, Denver at Arizona. Let's see here. The look-ahead line was 2.5. The line is still 2.5. Your thoughts on this one? I feel like the whole world is going to be rushing to bet the Broncos as road chalk.
Yeah, and with all of these games, what we're going to do, the concept of this particular podcast, the opening line report, is you want to talk about what the lines are going to do. Do I bet this now? Do I bet this later? Do I wait? Do I move? So the concept here is we want to know what the line was last week at this time before these games were played. I'm also going to give you my personal power rating number that factors in nothing other than Team A's power rating, Team B's power rating. So it doesn't have any situational factors in there. So as you mentioned, look-ahead line on Denver was -2.5. My power rating number on the Broncos is only -1. Last night, the markets were at -1, -1.5 on the Broncos. Now we're seeing 2.5, 40.5, pretty much across the board. It looks like this game is going to go to 3. There's not a lot of love for Arizona in the betting markets, despite the fact that the Cards hung around yesterday. They beat San Francisco the week before. They still don't have a home victory. And, of course, the road teams on Thursday night have not fared well. All that being said, the line's knowing this line is not going back towards Arizona. It's either going to be Denver money or it's going to sit right here at 2.5. So if you like the Broncos, it's not going to hurt you to bet them first. If you don't like the Broncos, you want Arizona, you may want to wait and see if you find a 3 before kickoff.
All right, this one, a big mover here. The look-ahead line, Titans versus Chargers in London was 3. Obviously, we saw what happened to the Titans yesterday, getting absolutely shut out at home. This one is opened at 7. We got some Titans money coming in a little bit, now 6.5 at a lot of spots. Teddy, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, it didn't open 7. It opened 6 at Westgate, 6.5 at Bookmaker, 7 at Penny. That's my job. I'll give you the opener. All right. That's where it opened. But it's worth noting the look-ahead line here was 3 on the Chargers, and my powering number factoring in the 11 sacks. The Titans ran 40 plays yesterday, Kelly, and they were sacked on 11 of those 40 plays. That's a problem going against the Chargers. Patrick, boy, LA was really good defensively in the win against Cleveland. Phillip Rivers is going to get the headlines, but Baker Mayfield was under pressure throughout. The pass rush got there. There were not open receivers in the secondary. The secondary played great. So there's certainly an understanding of why this line has moved the way that it moved from a look ahead to 3 to the current number of 6.5. But realistically, this line go to 7 on a neutral site in London, I wouldn't count on it. I think that the Chargers money has come, and that's what it's going to be. We are seeing a little bit of over money in the markets right now. Not a ton, but enough worth noting.
Kind of a gross beat, at least for me last night. Patriots by the hook. That was painful, but now they're laying 3 on the, they were, look-ahead line 3 on the road at the Bears. The Bears kind of, a little disappointing to most of their bettors against Brock Osweiler there. Was a fun game to watch. Mad that I did not play the Dolphins because I way overthought that one. But looking at this one, kind of looks a little tempting to bet the Bears. If I want to bet the Bears, I got to wait, right?
Well, look at line here was 3. My powering number is New England -2. Right now, we're seeing threes, and the markets are moving to 3.5 as we speak. You want an emergency betting alert? If you like New England, find a 3 right now and bet it. I do not think those threes will be there much longer. Of course, the Bears, a dismal defensive showing down in Miami. That was in Miami. Chicago's defense has been a different animal at home, and I think they were a little fat and happy off the bye, and we always know what happens in the NFL. The backup QB comes in, oh, we got no film on him. Oh, we'll stop him, no problem. Osweiler throws for 380. We've seen that story before. Of course, the Patriots, I believe, became the first team in NFL history to score 43 points without a penalty and not cover the point spread. That tells you where New England is value-wise right now. And defensively, certainly the Patriots had their fair share of struggles last night. They've struggled against every good offense they faced. The question, of course, is whether Trubisky and the Bears have a good offense right now or not so much. Trubisky's end zone interception resulted in Miami's comeback and also resulted in the conservative play calling that cost that cost Chicago in overtime of that ball game. You don't trust your quarterback. Matt Nagy doesn't really trust Trubisky 100% yet. Makes me a little bit nervous backing them against New England. The money will come on the Patriots. It's already showing.
All right, Cleveland at Tampa Bay. Look-ahead line was -1.5 in favor of the Bucs. Teddy, we saw it open at 3 for Tampa Bay. Considerable line move, but like you mentioned, Cleveland I didn't watch a ton of the game. I just thought they looked rather flat when I was flipping back and forth. I, of course, played them in the Super Contest and regretted it pretty much immediately.
Yeah, well, look at line as you mentioned, Bucs 1.5. My powering number is the Bucs 3.5. We're sitting at 3 and 49.5 right now. I don't anticipate this number coming off at 3. The Bucs battled down the wire in a thriller in Atlanta. Ended up losing the cover on a 57-yard field goal in the final minute that, in theory, shouldn't have been taken. On the other hand, it probably won the Falcons the game. Bottom line for Tampa Bay, James Winston moved the football very effectively again. Of course, Baker Mayfield had a rough day against a good defense. No one's going to confuse the Bucs with the good defense. This line probably likely to sit at 3 all week.
Okay. Detroit at Miami. Obviously, no lines out here in Vegas because we don't know what's going to happen with Tannehill. But the look-ahead line was Detroit -2 here. I do see, if you want me to announce, I do see a pick over at...
No, not a real line.
Okay, got it. Just making sure.
Yeah. Sometimes your screen will flash, one line will flash out there. Miami's going to... We don't know what Miami's going to be. And it could be right, and that could be real. That pick at CG. Because that's around where this line is going to come. The look-ahead line was Detroit -2. My powering number with a healthy Tannehill is Miami -1. So this line does have the potential to come pick them, and that might be a bet. I said it was not bettable at the CG. And of course, Kelly, I think I was wrong. I cut you off.
You're okay. So Teddy, here's a question that maybe or may not pertain to the show, but really quick. Yesterday the question was, is Tannehill 4 points better than Brock? I think the answer we know now is probably no, depending on which Brock.
Yes, he is.
Okay, that's what I needed to know. I was going to say depending on which Brock you get. So it really is important if you want to bet Miami to probably wait and see the outcome of who's going to be the starting quarterback. Carolina at Philadelphia. The look-ahead line, Eagles -3 here. Teddy, lots of 4s popping up around town. I don't know. I don't think I could back either one of these teams. I was on the Skins yesterday. Thank God. One of the only no sweats I had.
There was some sweat in that game. At the end, it felt like there was a lot of sweat in that game, depending on what number you got. But the bottom line, as you mentioned, look-ahead line for Philly was 3. My powering number for Philly is 5. The market's moving from 3.5 to 4 this morning, and it's pretty much painted 4 right now on the board. And, of course, the Panthers didn't look good last week, and the Eagles did look good last week. Lo and behold, what are we going to see? We're going to see a look-ahead line that factors in that Philly looked good and Carolina didn't. No surprise here with this number opening at 4. And I wouldn't be surprised either if we see a little bit of Eagles money. But frankly, this one feels like a 4, 4.5. We're not talking about a game that's bouncing around a key number. Carolina with a lot of mental miscues in the loss to the Redskins, and Cam Newton wasn't at his sharpest. Not necessarily going to be easy to go against an Eagles defense that has the capability of A, rushing the passer, and B, containing downfield weapons. Philly's been much better. Philly was much better at that last week than they had been earlier in the season.
All right, Buffalo Bills. Look-ahead line was 5.5 at the Colts, seeing 6.5 now. Teddy, the Colts are banged up, and we knew it going into yesterday, and we saw that was the result. But I was kind of shocked to see this one as not only the look-ahead line, but now to see a 6.5 out there at Westgate.
Yeah, I mean, my powering number on this game is only 5. But let's not forget that we don't know who Buffalo's starting quarterback is going to be. And Nathan Peterman, who came in again yesterday, and, I have a Bills season wins under bet. And all of a sudden, Buffalo's up 13-10 in the fourth quarter. I'm like, are you kidding me? Really? And then, we'll talk about the Texans. Or will we talk about the Texans? Yeah, we'll talk about the Texans. I was thinking they were on bye. But they're not. We'll talk about them in a few minutes when they go to Jacksonville. But the bottom line for the Bills, Peterman comes in, game on the line. You got time. What's he do? He just throws the pick 6, and that's what, 12? I think he has 12 interceptions, like 80 career pass attempts. His numbers are astoundingly bad. I don't know that Buffalo can ever trot him out there again. I really don't. So we don't know who's going to quarterback for the Bills. And as for Indy, we saw it in the Thursday night loss at New England. We saw it in the loss again at New York yesterday. And again, they had their chances in that game. The execution level's not there with luck and a group of backup receivers. The injuries for the Colts are devastating. All up and down the defense, all over the offense, the offensive line, the receiver. On and on down. So check that Colts injury report as well as know who's going to play for Buffalo here before you get involved with a wager in this one, or lay 6.5 with the Colts right now. I don't know that it gets to 7. Peterman starts to look at the 7, but other than that,
if we want to have a wager on probably which is the least bet game next week, this is going to be it. It looks absolutely brutal, and I want no part of it. Okay, so the only 6-0 team against the spread in the NFL, still the Kansas City Chiefs. Bengals, look-ahead line was Bengals catching 6.5 in Kansas City. Lots of open 5, lots of 6s, some 5.5s. Is this, I feel like everybody's going to start to rush to bet Kansas City just week in and week out until they don't cover. At some point in time yesterday, obviously we were out having a good time, so there was some alcohol involved watching this game. And I said, oh my God, this game's going to end on a field goal. And mind you, at this point in time, New England was up a significant amount. And someone turned and looked at me and they go, are you kidding me? And I go, I just had the worst gut feeling. I'm going to get screwed by the hook on this game. And sure enough, what ended up happening?
What ended up happening is you had the wrong side. You had the Chiefs like me. It's funny because the clients, 2 really easy wins yesterday. We had the Seahawks against Oakland, and that was about as easy to get. We had that Jets-Colts over, and that was over but early in the third quarter. And then I had the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. I'm like, this New England cannot be laying more than a field goal to Kansas City was my entire premise, and my entire premise was validated. New England cannot be laying more than a field goal to Kansas City. And, of course, we saw the money come against Kansas City again.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
The wise guys are convinced the Chiefs stink. I talked to 4 professional bettors who I respect because they've survived the test of time, but all 4 of them, the Chiefs are the Chiefs. They're not buying the concept of a good offense matters in the NFL 2018. Look at their defense. Look at the yardage stats.
It doesn't matter when you have a 96-yard kickoff return and you have Tyreek Hill go for 80-some yards. If your defense can't stop that, Kansas City can beat you up and down the field. It was crazy. As soon as that kickoff return happened, I was like, oh my God, I knew it in my soul that I was going to lose that ticket. That being said, we'll move right along.
We haven't talked about the game.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you had talked about it. I'm just trying not to relive it, and I'm reliving it over and over again.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Falcons beating the Patriots. Oh, no, the Patriots beating the Falcons in the Super Bowl. That's the one that I can't ever get out of my head. That one really hurt. Anyhow, Chiefs look-ahead line was 6.5. My powering number is 6.5. The markets are at 5.5, 6. And I'm telling you, saying everyone's betting KC. No, they will not bet KC. The wise guys will be on Cincinnati in this game. If you like the Bengals, grab a 6 now. It's not going to be there by kickoff, in my opinion.
All right, Vikings, look-ahead line was -4 at the Jets. Jets, as we mentioned earlier, looked decent against a really banged-up Colts team. Minnesota, I think, ended up pushing. I didn't even watch 1 second of that Minnesota Arizona game. But I don't, I have this thing, Teddy, where, laying more than a field goal and a half on the road. Here's 3.5 in a lot of spots. I get a little nervous about it. I feel like it's very trappy. So you tell me where this one's headed.
It could go up to 3.5. We're starting to see a couple of 3.5 popping right now. If you like the Vikings, I'll bet them sooner rather than later. You might even call this, I like to do an emergency betting alert on every show. Let's get the flashing lights. Woo, woo. If you like the Vikings, bet them now. It does look like the markets are going to move to 3.5 across the board on this one, though they're not there yet. There are 3s out there. As you mentioned, the Vikings were 4 on the look-ahead line. My powering number is only 2.5. I got more respect for the Jets than the broader market do. The broader market does. And it's back-to-back weeks now where Sam Darnold. Remember, after that Monday night game, each of the next 3 weeks, the Jets were in an awful spot for a rookie quarterback, either against a good defense or on a short week or on the road. There were bad spots for the Jets back then. They lost all 3 and failed to cover all 3 of those games. Well, now it's been back-to-back better spots for the Jets, and lo and behold, that offense is working. You haven't been watching Sam Darnold, you're missing something. He's been better than Baker Mayfield. He's been the best rookie QB. He was impressive again yesterday, chucking it downfield. And the Vikings, defensively, there have been some cracks here. That's all I'm going to say. Got the job done yesterday, kind of, with the 10-point win against Arizona. Thielen was a monster again. Which is always fun when the undrafted guy out of Minnesota State becomes the best wide receiver in the NFL. It's what they had Antonio Brown. The kid, you went to school at a directional school in Michigan.
Central Michigan, yeah.
And now you're the best wide receiver in the league. So it's fun to see that development. But this line is going up. I do continue to think the Jets are something of an undervalued commodity, although Darnold against this defense. Jury's out on Minnesota's defense. It's supposed to be great. In theory, it'll get better as the season progresses. In theory, they're supposed to be able to beat up a rookie QB. We'll see. Jets are live.
All right, I like it. No look-ahead line on Houston at Jacksonville last week when the lovely look-ahead lines came out, but we saw this one open at 3.5. Now lots of 4.5s. I just saw a 5 pop up over there at our buddies over at CG. Now, I don't know what to make of this because I watched that Jacksonville Cowboys game yesterday afternoon because I didn't have a whole lot else going on. And
yeah, wasn't much to watch.
No, there really wasn't. And I looked at playing the Cowboys, and of course I was kicking myself about halftime going, wow, Jacksonville is about to get shut out. And sure enough, they just looked absolutely terrible. But here they are getting a little bit of respect from the markets.
Sure. I mean, in theory, it's a Jag spot. This team was 2-0, and they've lost 3 of their last 4, and they've looked lousy on both sides of the football. Now, we expect the defense to play better at some point, but again, last year, this defense created turnovers 17 times in 19 games. In their last 4 games over the last month, that defense has 2 takeaways. So when the Jags aren't creating takeaways, they're not winning. Bortles can't. With no Bortles and with Bortles and no Fournette, they're not winning games. It's just not there. So this is a line that speaks to the importance of this game for the Jaguars, returning home off the bad losses, et cetera, et cetera. My powering number here is Jacksonville 5, because while the Texans are 3-3, you can literally put an asterisk by every single Houston victory. They should have lost every game. They could easily be 0-6 right now. And when you watch that one of the we do this full time, Kelly. So one of the things that people pay us to do, you have to follow all the beat writers on Twitter so you know what's going on. So in the game yesterday, when Texas had the ball, chance to win, down by 3, first and goal from the 1-yard line, and they proceed to lose yards on every play, and then ends up kicking a field goal, just like they did against Dallas the previous week. And the beat writer from the press going, they're absolutely laughing out loud, literally, at the play calling and the red zone execution. It's not like the Texans have a huge betting bandwagon right now. Let's put it that way. I would expect the money to come on Jacksonville, and it already has those 4.5s moving towards 5. You talk about CG as a leading indicator book. They are here in Vegas. Offshore, we look more at Penny, Bookmaker, or Grande, 5 dimes. But in town, you want to know about, where's the sharp money going? Look at the Cannon line, look at the South Point line, look at the Westgate line. That'll help you here. Cannon sitting at 5, and the markets may well move in that direction.
All right, New Orleans at the Ravens. Look-ahead line was a pick-em, so I was surprised to see 2.5s out there. Yeah, I get it. Baltimore looked really good yesterday, but what is your power rating on this game?
The look-ahead line pick-em, my power number, Baltimore -1.5.
That sounds about right.
Impressive yesterday. I mean, when you sack a team 11 times, you're doing something very, very right. Of course, Baltimore's not going to win shootouts with New Orleans. And the Saints defense, Saints offense, a very different animal than the Titans offense that Baltimore just shut down yesterday. And of course, New Orleans does come with the benefit, in theory, of coming off the bye, although check out Sean Payton's track record off the bye. A lot of coaches are really good. Saints not so much. That being said, this line's not going anywhere. If anything is going to go down, Baltimore will not get bet to 3. And if you like the Saints, maybe grab them on the money line right now at 2.5. You find plus 120 in that range. That's probably the best you're going to do on New Orleans. I would anticipate at least some Saints. I don't know if you see a ton, but this line's more likely to go down than it is to go up.
Okay, Cowboys at Redskins. Look-ahead line was 3, which is what it always is in the NFC East whenever those teams play each other. But then we saw this morning open at 1.5, and that's where it looks a little steady. We talked about a couple sharp markets. One of those guys is sitting on a 2 already. I think this game should be a 3. Are we overreacting to how well the Cowboys looked last night?
No, the Cowboys were the TV game yesterday, and they dominated, and you can anticipate that the team that wins the TV game in dominant fashion is going to attract betting market support. It's how the NFL marketplace works. I mean, the college is the same way, though not as much. The NFL, that the one game really will bump these numbers around. And again, it was 3 even money on the Redskins, so they were saying it was just higher than 2.5 minus 120. They thought it was hanging at 3. But Dallas looked good yesterday, and boom, lo and behold, 1.5, 2. That's where it's going to go. It's not going to hit a field goal. It's not getting down to pick 'em. The Redskins will go off as sure chalk against their arch rival Cowboys in the late afternoon TV game.
In case you guys missed it, Teddy had a perfect 7-0 sweep this weekend. He is now 14-2 with his NFL side reports. He's 6-0 with his NFL 5% big tickets. And that's also part of his 73% run with 5% selection since August 1st. Guys, get $20 off Teddy's entire week package, college and NFL. Promo code Teddy20 on sportsmemo.com. Teddy, let's run through the last few of these games here. Look ahead line for the Rams at 49ers. Rams minus 12.5. Rams got backdoored by the Denver Broncos yesterday with a couple of minutes to spare. Rams now sitting at 10.5 here in Vegas.
Yeah, and my power rating number is much lower. I'm looking at an 8 in this game in my power rating. And it doesn't factor in the situational spot of the Rams having to travel in a short week. But from a team's power rating A, team's power rating B, factor in the home field, my number's at 8 for this game. And I haven't been off market on the Rams, but I don't have the Rams as lapping the field. Some people have the Rams 3, 4, 5 points better than the rest of the NFL. I'm not there with the Rams yet. Maybe I'll get there, but the last 2 weeks they haven't covered. They've been in these battles. And I'm not convinced that even though they're the Rams, that they're not going to take love. But we all know what this game, how this point spread is going to be affected. If the Niners come out tonight and look good, this line's coming in single digits. If the Niners come out tonight and can't move the football and get blown off the field, Rams could be 12, 13, who knows how high it'll get. So for sure, if you have an opinion on tonight's game, don't make one bet. Make 2 bets. If you like San Fran, bet them here and bet them next week. If you like Green Bay, bet the Packers here, bet the Rams next week. You'll likely be getting the best of the number if your handicap for tonight's game turns out to be correct.
All right, I like it. Yeah, I am with you, Teddy. I was not high on the Rams. The Broncos had to take the back door to get the W, but it was my biggest bet yesterday. Okay, last but not least, the Monday night game, Giants at Falcons. Look-ahead line was -3. Holy cow, did this one get blown up? We're seeing all sorts of stuff opened at 4.5 in a lot of spots, 5.5 and 6s around here in Vegas.
Yeah, actually, the original opener on the look-ahead line was 3.5 even money for Atlanta, and the first bet came on the Giants. That guy's not happy with his wager right about now, being that I got the plus 3.5, and I laid 120 to do it. Oh, good. You can catch plus 6 right now at -110. Good bet. But that happens sometimes. It happens even to professionals, and you don't make yourself crazy when that happens. It will happen. You try to avoid those situations, but when you get on the wrong end of it, you have two choices. Either you suck it up and keep the bad number, or you try to get what we call it a Polish middle, which is probably not politically correct anymore, but when you really have no chance to middle whatsoever.
That is what it's called, though.
You have a chance to lose both bets, but not a chance to win both. But it'll allow you to get off your wager with that chance. Anyhow, we talk about the Falcons and the Giants. Obviously, the markets are crashing on the Giants. It's something I've talked about a lot. They went 3-13 last year. They're 1-5 this year. They have a quarterback who can't throw downfield. Markets don't like the Giants anymore. They liked them just until last week, and now they don't. But the Falcons, yeah, they got the win and cover yesterday. Yeah, Matt Ryan, brilliant at home, all that. The defensive issues for Atlanta aren't going away. And the one thing the Giants, they can't go away. They lost how many Pro Bowlers on defense? And the injuries just keep mounting. Look at the Falcons again yesterday with guys getting carted off the field. Check out that injury report on a Monday morning. So, yeah, 5.5, 6. It's not going to 7. Atlanta's injuries won't let it get that high. No urgency. If you want to get involved next Monday night, as to the total of 54, however, one would anticipate that will go up. They've been betting Atlanta over the total every week. I don't expect that to stop anytime soon, especially because they cashed another overtake yesterday, Cal.
I like it. Good stuff from Teddy Covers. Make sure you guys are giving Teddy a follow on Twitter at Teddy_covers. Head over to sportsmemo.com. Use that promo code Teddy20 and get all of Teddy's NFL and college football for the upcoming week. Teddy, anything else you'd like to end the show with?
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the games, and good luck.